Well, welcome to Age Friendly, and today we're going to be talking about the NorWest Community Health Centers, and with that, and some of the programs that they offer for older adults. Rebecca Johnson's my name, and we're really pleased that you are able to join us. So Kevin Nang is my guest today, and you're the first guest. We're going to have two guests, actually. This is going to be an interesting program, having two, because that doesn't happen very often, Kevin. But you're the manager of chronic disease self-management programs. That's what I have listed down here, this long title, but what does it mean and what kind of programs are we talking about?
Yeah, so I'm responsible for rolling out the self-management programs in all of Northwestern Ontario. There are several programs that we offer, one of them being chronic disease self-management program, another one being diabetes self-management program, and then a third one called getting the most out of your healthcare appointment, and then later on we'll have chronic pain and cancer self-management program. So these programs are for individuals with a chronic condition or diabetes, where they can learn all types of skills and gain lots of knowledge and strategies to learn how to take care of themselves better when they don't see a provider. So,
right. When we talk about the fact that this is older adults, the programs are also open to other individuals in the community. I don't want to think that this is just for older adults.
Yes, that's exactly correct. People can have a chronic condition at any age these days, but yes, it is open to everybody. A good chunk of the participants are, older, 50 plus. Right.
And the program is for older adults, so we'll keep that in as we're going through. But do you have any main objectives for these programs that are self-management programs?
Yeah, so most of these individuals that participate in these programs, they have a condition. They wanna learn how to take care of themselves better.
Correct.
That's the main objective, right? At the same time, we want to bring all these individuals together so that they can all learn from each other about what works and what doesn't work, right? So my goal, our goal of the program is to just make sure they learn how to take care of themselves better without
without having to maybe even go to the doctor all the time, or and sometimes they may not even have a doctor, but to be able to look after themselves primarily.
That's exactly right. Studies have been done by many organizations where it's been shown that after taking this 6-week self-management program, it's resulted in less hospital visits, and just they feel happier knowing that they have independence and they can take care of themselves.
Yeah. I pick up on that. It's a 6-week program.
Yes.
So I decide that I want to look after myself a little bit better. How do I go about registering? What do I do? What do I learn in that 6-week period?
Yeah, first, what do you learn in that program? So in any self-management workshop, there is a big focus on there's nutrition, how to communicate with your healthcare provider, action planning, decision-making, goal setting, strategies like mindfulness techniques, right? What else is there? Nutrition label reading, right? And then in the diabetes program, there is a big focus on individuals with type 1 and type 2 diabetes, learning how to read their blood sugar, diet specific to having diabetes, right? How to go about registering it? Well, they can go to our website, so our NorWest Community Health Centre website, and there is a page for all the self-management programs there. The workshops can be held virtually as well as in person. If it's virtually, it's delivered through Zoom. So in person, it could be anywhere in Thunder Bay, and it could be elsewhere in Northwestern Ontario.
Right. Now, say you're going to, on Zoom, you don't get to see people the same way. I mean, you can see them on the screen, but you maybe not get to meet them and really have an interaction with them. But if it's in person, that's an opportunity for people to actually get together and talk about the programs themselves amongst each other.
Yes. The in-person workshops are a great opportunity
Right.
for the individuals to come together to, build social connection, right? I run a lot more virtual workshops than in person simply because I have a lot bigger reach out,
Right.
all in the region. But the in-person workshops do happen.
They're better.
Yeah.
When you talk about region, this program does go out into the region. So what communities are you talking about?
So what communities? So first, our program is the whole umbrella, I'll put it that way, Northwest Self-Management Program, right? So we cover all the way to Kenora, all the way up to any of the indigenous communities, all the way to the very edge
Right.
of northwestern Ontario,
Oh,
right?
great.
So everything, provided that we have enough people available to
Right.
deliver the virtual workshop.
Yes, of course.
Like for an in-person workshop to happen, I need to have 2 people in each of those communities, right? So, I've got people from Nipigon, Red Lake trained right now, some in Kenora, some in Sioux Lookout, a whole bunch in Thunder Bay.
And that's, it's really important. Would you go and do in person in one of the communities, say Nipigon, for example?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We actually do have
All right.
people trained right now in Nipigon who are focused on delivering in-person workshops there.
excellent.
Chronic
That's
disease,
great, yeah.
the chronic disease one. So,
Right.
yeah.
How do you determine that the program is a success? Like, do you have an evaluation of some kind?
Yeah. So in the past, there was a pre and post survey, right? So last year was kind of our first year trying to get everything in place. But this coming year, there will be a more in-depth evaluation on the whole program itself, because previously it was run by the Northwest LIN, where I have access to it. They conducted like 400 or 500 surveys on that. So yeah.
But the individuals, I'm assuming at the end of 6 weeks, you must sit down and have some kind of a debriefing
Yeah.
of some kind?
So I kind of informally check in with them
Okay.
to see, how's the workshop and how has the workshop impacted you.
Right.
I do send them surveys, but surveys, some
Yeah.
people just
They don't choose not to.
they don't choose them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
So,
okay. That
yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's important so that you're finding how you can improve those the actual workshops
Yeah.
to get to the point of where people are really getting information and what they need out of them.
Yeah, so I should have probably touched on where these workshops even came about. So these were originally created by Stanford University, now
Yes.
currently led by the Self-Management Resource Center. So these workshops are run everywhere, right, all around the world. So they're very rigid,
Right.
Very concrete and structured in a specific way. It's evidence-based. So the room we have to improve it is really just based on how the facilitators deliver the content and the interactions and all that, right? So, yeah.
Do you find that people, when they sign up, that they really appreciate being at the end saying, no, I can manage by myself now?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, I finished a series of workshops a few weeks ago, and the one question I always end off with is, what was the one thing that really changed your time the last few weeks?
Right.
And a whole bunch of them would say action planning, because when I
Interesting.
plan my goals week to week, and I successfully complete it, I feel so satisfied, right? And action planning is very straightforward. It can be as simple as, I'm going to replace my 3 desserts that I normally eat each week with a fruit.
There you go, see?
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's all management. And
Yes.
I don't know that people really think about it as management and an action plan until they really sit down and do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So that's one of the most common tools, I'll say,
Right.
that a lot of my participants will end off with saying action planning.
I've got it.
Yeah.
One of the things that you've identified, I'm pulling this out because this is the information I had before the program about the 4 programs that you do, but you're also looking at a digital skills
Yes.
program. That's something new.
Oh, yes. So digital skills for older adults, right?
All right.
So I restarted that program in February of 2024. And just fast forward to now, We've run 30 plus sessions, well over 100 participants have participated, and we cover everything from using the basics, knowing how to use your iPhone, Android phone, to learning about internet security, all the way to what's going on in AI right now, right?
And do you provide the equipment, or do they have to have their own equipment?
It's in the past, we provided equipment, but now we ask them to bring their own devices because they learn better
on their own
devices.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's still going on. We're still running many sessions this year. So. And
that's so important because older adults are really, trying to keep up with what's going on, and it's a way of communicating. Really necessary to do that now.
Yeah, exactly. We seeing older adults stay connected to the current digital world, it's so important, right?
So if I wanted to do that, because that's important, it goes beyond the healthcare component of it, but it is healthcare in a way because it's a mental health care.
Exactly, right? And you think about, I'm happy you mentioned healthcare because with how a lot of health organizations are moving, they're moving towards all digital right now, like online booking, right? And I've talked to my participants, and I'm like, have you booked
How do I do it?
Exactly. How do I book my appointment online? And I'm like, well, I will show you right in front of you right now.
That's right.
Right.
And that's the way of the world now. So, like it or not, you got to be up there with it and know how to do these things.
Exactly. And the program is very satisfying. It's amazing to see all these individuals. One person, I'll quickly drop a story. 86-year-old came in and said, "This is my first time using a smartphone this year."
Wow.
And I'm like, round of applause, everybody. So
it can be done.
I love the program.
It's a great thing. Kevin, thank you for all this information. So there is all kinds of ways to get information. Kevin and my guest this evening. Well, we're back with Age Friendly, and we're talking to Elaine Peters now, who is the coordinator for various sites, which we will get into in a moment, about Dementia Cafe, and we're going to be talking about, that's what our topic is at this point in time. And Elaine, dementia is rampant, it seems to me, in our community, not just our community, but around the world now. And so you're talking about a cafe. What does that mean?
So a cafe is a method of bringing clients together to have interaction with one another, to learn about the disease. If they're experiencing memory issues, just learning overall about cognitive decline. And so we like to involve everybody to raise the awareness of the disease and, what we can do to support the client into ensuring necessary supports are in place.
Right. Now, I mentioned at the start that there's a fact of it, you coordinate this program in different communities. So which communities do you have the cafe in?
So the cafe currently under the NorWest Community Health Centers, it's in the Kekabeka Falls Clinic. We are looking at branching off into other communities as the cafe matures. We started the cafe in February of this year, actually. And so we've been developing strong partnership, best practices, and then we're going to bring it to other communities.
Right. Now, when you talk about Kekabeka, just so that people that are maybe in Kekabeka don't know anything about the program, where located in Kekabeka?
So we've got a strong partnership with the Rural 60+ Centre.
Right. People will know that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that centre is located on 5 Pine View Road. It's just actually east of the community of Kekabeka as you go into the community.
Right.
And so we set up there because of the structure of the building. It gave us the opportunity to be able to have the space for those connections to occur. There's also rooms in there as well where we can connect clients with the necessary resources in private.
You talk about partnerships. What does that mean to you?
So, as the community health center model of care, we believe that strong partnerships develops an amazing foundation to support the client.
Okay. Yeah.
So when we know that the client is in need of a particular type of program, we reach out to the partners in the region to get as much information as we can and for the support to ensure the success of the program.
Right, and so it's not just one focus. You're kind of, and depending on what the individual requires.
Right.
What about caregivers?
So the Dementia Cafe is for caregivers as well. Lots of times when a diagnosis has been made of dementia, the caregivers are in a position where they feel like, okay, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
And often the caregiver is not knowing what to do. So with our services, we also wrap around the caregiver to
very important.
support, to support them through the system. And we'll connect them with like, say, Alzheimer's Society, St. Joe's for Day programs to give them a bit of respite when it comes to having to, maintain their life and to, ensure their tasks are completed as well.
Now, you sent me, because I was interested, a calendar for July of 25,
Yep.
and I'm just blown away, so to speak, of all the activities you have on it. Like, so do you give this for every month?
Yep. So we develop a calendar for every month.
Right.
It's posted on our website, NorWest website. There's a
Right.
section in there specifically for the different communities. And so if you click on Quebec, you'll see all these programs posted in there. We also have a Facebook page over and above the main NorWest Facebook page. And it's called NorWest Community Health Centre's Quebec site. And if you log into that Facebook page, you'll find this calendar as well.
With all of this is strictly for the cafe itself then, all these activities?
No, the cafe is outlined. It's the fourth Friday of the month.
Right.
And it's from 1 to 3 at the Rural 60 Plus Center.
All right.
So what you see on the calendar is all the other programs that are going on as well.
Oh, all right. Thank you for that definition, because I wasn't aware. So that's, but at least right now, if I was interested in going to the Quebec one at the Rural 60, it's on the fourth Friday of the month.
Yeah.
If I went, what would I do when I got out there for that meeting?
Okay, so we just interact with each other. There's refreshments available. There's crafts. We have a specific craft for each session. We have entertainment. So we have a local band that the Strum Bums, they'll come out and they'll play.
Well, it sounds great to me, yeah.
And and so people dance. People just mingle with each other. They talk about dementia. Some talk about dementia. Some don't want to talk about dementia. So we're pretty open to whatever people want to do.
Right.
Go with the flow. Just a little while ago, I had an older, and I'm just going to lead to what Kevin just said.
Yeah.
Just a success story. So we had an older gentleman that came to talk to me off to the side, and he just, mentioned that, there was a new diagnosis within his spouse, and so I offered him all the services. I said, you can talk to the Alzheimer's Society because they're here.
Right.
You could talk to Sarah. You could talk to other people that have experienced the same thing as you. And you know what? We're here for you. And I said, don't forget that you have to take care of you as well. And we're here to help you do that.
So this is really an education. It's a dementia cafe, which one often thinks of coffee and a biscuit or something, but it's a lot of education that goes along with this.
It's a method also of connecting people in their community. Studies have shown that poor health outcomes result in social isolation. And so you can only imagine what that's like, if someone, a spouse has been diagnosed with dementia and they feel like they're living in isolation and nowhere to turn. So this is a way, to help the, health outcomes, make it better for them, and also to provide support to the families as well, because the families are dealing with a lot of change and they just really don't know where to turn to next. So with the supports, like I said, with Alzheimer's, with St. Joe's, with Sarah, they wrap around the client and help them, to the next stage.
Right. Now, people might not know who Sarah is.
Yeah.
So that's the university. I'm aware of that. But just to identify that if you weren't familiar with that acronym, it is the university that does the senior program there.
Yeah, the Center for Aging.
Correct.
Out of there. And we partner with, Sarah developed a cafe in the city in Thunder Bay. It's at Urban Abbey.
Yes.
And when we were starting to develop our program for the Kekabeka Cafe, or the Rural Cafe, we attended some of their sessions as well, just to get a sense of, what that looks like.
And what is it?
Yeah. And they come to our cafes as well. So it's open to everybody. It's open to anybody within the region. It's not just isolated to the rural community residents. Anybody is welcome to attend. We'd be more than happy to have you. And, just come out sometime just to check it out.
Right.
And we also have the Sarah, or the Center for Aging group, come as well. Like, they'll bring clients, they'll bring some of their staff, and so we mingle and interact and wrap around the client.
Do people come and come every month? Or they just come once and feel that whatever, maybe that's what they do, but I'm interested.
No, people come over and over.
All right,
because each time there's something different.
Important.
Yeah, and so what happens is that, people kind of mingle and go from table to table, develop friendships, and it's just overall a healthy environment for people to feel supported.
And it's really needed, more so, I think, than ever before. This is for people that are have dementia that are still at home as well.
That's correct.
Yeah, so this is where you would need. Do you go around, do you pick people up, or you're expected to drive there yourself?
For some of the clients that don't have transportation, NorWest has provided our site in Kekabeka with a vehicle. And so we'll often go and pick people up to make sure that they are able to attend.
That is very helpful, because that can be a hindrance for some people or families.
Yeah.
And is there an age group? I mean, dementia is it's primarily at the older age, but dementia can happen when you're younger as well.
Right.
So you would have younger people there. Okay.
Younger people, there's no age restriction.
No.
And we say to, family members going through, dementia, or just bring your grandchildren, bring your daughters, your son, anybody, because the purpose is to raise awareness. And if we talk about it, then it's not such a burden on people.
Right.
We're able to support each other. We're able to get to the next level, with each other. Right. So.
And it gives the families some support out there as well, knowing that they're not the only family in this situation, and how do you deal with it?
Yes.
And making friends is really important.
It is. I had someone come, talk to me about, I didn't realize that, once I reached 80 years old, I would be making new friends.
You need to do that.
I'm like, I'm happy that you did.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
And to be, to be able to be involved like that. Do you have funding for this? I mean, if you're making even tea, how do you manage that? So
the funding comes from our base funding out of NorWest.
All right.
So we are looking for grants because we have a vision of trying to put other programs in place for aging population
Right,
group, because we
right.
have a large aging population group in the rural communities. And, you know, based on our clinic alone, over 50% of our primary care clients, or those who are connected to a nurse practitioner or doctor, they're 65 and older.
So you need to have all of that information. Elaine, thank you for all this information. I'm hoping that it will encourage people to go to the 55 Plus Center last Friday of the month and participate in the Dementia Cafe. Thank you very much. And now we leave you and expect you to stay tuned for the One Moment exercise with Linda DePiro and enjoy that as well.
Hi, I'm Linda DePiro. So today let's get moving in a sagittal plane of motion with these few variations that I think you would like to incorporate into your walk or just into your household routine. We're going to start by pulling the elbows back. So we're working the back of the arms and the fascia tissue between the shoulder blades. So with this, we can get it going a little quicker. We can move forward, we can move back. You could take it out for a walk, and then you can actually just move your arms a little bit brisker here. Okay, let's start off with a little bit of cross-country skiing arms. These are sagittal forward and back. So I'm adding a little bouncy, 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 bouncy here. And we can add a little quicker arms fluttering with a little bit more bounce. As you notice, I'm holding on to just little water bottles, just for something to hold on to, and they're a little lighter than the weights. And then let's lift the heels. It's like we're taking off. A little bit bigger movement, and take a deep breath, inhale and exhale as we're moving here. Okay, I have a little chair here for balance. So I want you to follow me. We can shift forward into the lunge. We're gonna shift back and lift. Shift forward, bring it together. Other side, shift forward, lift, forward, together. Once you get a little bit better with this, you can add your arm. Shift, shift, forward, return. Again, shift, shift, forward, return. Let's do 2 more. And I am just showing you some reps here, and I hope that you can add more on as you progress with the exercise. So we want to move in 3 planes of motion every day. This is a sagittal movement. Motion is lotion, and as we age, we want to keep that going. See you next time.